All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Sock versus Infi. This game taking place here on Terranistan. Infi spawning as the random undead player over here on the top left-hand side of the map. I just realized something real fast. Let me fix this. This is Sock versus Infi. And, well, yep, get this back going. Well, Infi going in. Will Infi go full Infi this game? Well, we'll have to see. So far, this has been a great morning. Thank you, everyone. And, well, that first game that I cast, if you guys have not seen it, was a very entertaining game. Don't want to spoil anything if you guys are watching the games out of order. And if I am numbering the games, well, it is the number game right before this. So it's WC, you know, instead of 2800 something or whatever. I don't even know what numbers I am on, and I probably need to go back and number my games. Last time I saw Infi, he went ghoul cheese. Yeah, well, ghoul cheese and it may be becoming better and better. I do like the idea of moving cannibalize from the crypt to the necropolis. There is a lot of dead time on the necropolis, as you can see right here in a lot of undead build orders, where they're not really doing anything until it needs the tech to tier 2. With that, if you do want to go cannibalize early on, and not go for, say, the Death Knight, and you don't really find the Ritual Dagger that useful in terms of healing, Cannibalize can be a good alternative to that, and you can still train up ghouls while getting cannibalized. We'll see if that does become the full effect. That is still on the playtest realm, and I try not to study the playtest realm patches too much. I think there's been like 3 playtest realm patches in like a month and a half, and trying to discern what is real, what is going to be in the final, and then trying to remember back is always very difficult. It's probably that 2900 probably by now. Yeah, probably. I don't know. When I get up to officially numbered 3000 videos, I don't know. Will I think I have finally made it as a caster? No, probably not. All right. Renegade Wizard gonna get taken down here. Mountain King picks up Slippers of Agility. Remainder of the creep camp gonna get cleared up here in just a moment. There goes the Renegade Wizard dropping a potion of invulnerability, as it looks like, nope, it looks as the peasants are gonna be able to back off in time. Rogue Wizard gets taken down. Mountain King gets to level 2. Meanwhile, on the opposite end, it looks like a play out of Size playbook, a Dreadlord fast expansion. Did he sell his altar? No, he did not sell his Altar of Darkness. One lone footman running on in here, and this necropolis, well, oh, there you go, beautiful micro. You can see that this acolyte moved away and then like walked all the way back around. Oh, gonna go ahead and try and snake around back across over here. Where is it going? It's actually gonna end up falling if it's not careful, as the acolytes do not move as fast as the other units here. All right, are we gonna see a sleep? Yes, we are. All right. Well, that was all part of Infi's plan right out of the gate to go after, well, kite that one footman after the acolyte in order to, well, train up to line it up for a sleep. Mountain King sitting at level 2. Thunderclap really dealing a large amount of damage and also causing a bit of damage mitigation, as the Mountain King sits at level 2, will get to level 3, and also has a Talisman of Evasion for, well, extra survivability. Are we going to be looking at Thunderclap level 2 or Stormbolt level 2? That is the question to have. Expansion could be coming into play, as well as the Dreadlord looks to get to level 3. Level 2 Thunderclap is in store. Major damage dealing, as well. We'll see what is going to end up going down in these scenarios. Mountain King going after all of these Kobold Tunnelers here. And yeah, the playtest realm patch, the maximizing of that maximizing the amount of damage on the Mountain King to only hit 8 units. Well, the players were finding that you could just surround the Mountain King, and because of the growing radius of the Thunderclap, it was actually counterintuitive that you could surround the Mountain King at level 5, and the Thunderclaps would actually, because it was hitting more targets, the Mountain King couldn't break out from those from those units nearly as easily and actually get taken out as opposed to, say, a lower level mountain cap. Do you play yourself? If so, what rank? I do not play any longer. Last time I actually played and tried to get better and better, I was on the old BattleNet ladder. I think I was like rank or level 37 and rank 51, but that wasn't like in 2005. So there was actually more players than too. But that was also only on US West. So, you know, if I played that well on the European servers or the Asian servers, I would consider myself much better. All right, are we going to see a Stormbolt trying to line it up? There goes the Stormbolt down. Dreadlord going to perhaps try and get away. Mountain King is going to try and land on a Thunderclap as the Dreadlord trying to double back around here. We're seeing a little bit of lapse coming in from that Dreadlord as the Ghouls are now trying to make their way in as well. A major Thunderclap has gone down and a couple of Ghouls getting taken out here. Mountain King trying to line up is going to be able to catch up to that Ghoul. No Unholy Aura, and this is that situation where the Footman, he lets that unit slip on through, and that Ghoul does finally get taken out. We are still sitting at tier 1. Tech to tier 2 has gotten underway for Infi. Both sides are running up on on 2 bases right now as we see an Arcane Vault go down. Alright, Sock and Infi pretty much neck and neck in this scenario. Dreadlord most likely going to be using Carrion Swarm to put a lot of pressure on all of these peasants off over here. Low hit point Footman, or slowed Footman, not low hit point by any means. Nerubian Tower being able to put pressure back there. Dreadlord sitting at level 3 does have a Ritual Dagger and perhaps going to try and heal up some of this damage here once the creep camp is down, using that Rod of Necromancy and then using those or sacrificing those skeletons for exactly that purpose, to heal back up. Potion of Invulnerability going to be dropped here. What's going to go down as we are looking at, well, Goblin Shredder being picked up by Sock. Mountain King sitting at level 3, very low on mana. We could be looking at perhaps a Blood Mage or an Archmage as that second hero. Level 4 now on that Mountain King, picking up Ruined Bracers. It should be normally very useful going up against an Undead with Ruined Bracers, but we don't see the Death Knight, we don't see the Death Knight Lich combination that has a lot of hero nuking. Alright, Force Troll Shadow Priest trying to hide in the back. Dreadlord still right there. Goblin Shredder is trying to retreat. Are we going to see a Goblin Zeppelin to hire back up? Goblin Sappers are currently out onto the field, and they purposely just blow themselves up right there, following up a beautiful Carrion Swarm to take down multiple units right there. Mountain King now perhaps going to try and get away, but that Goblin Sappers hire in order to take down a couple of Footmen was very nasty indeed. Dreadlord dropping down, gonna go ahead and pick up some items and now make his rounds back out. Scouting Footman ending up getting pushed back once more. 27 supply compared to 39. Infi has no major advantage except for, I believe, tech advantage. He's at tier 2 going into tier 3 with Altar of Darkness. Meanwhile, the Town Hall looks like it just started that tech to tier 2. Alright, I don't remember the last time I saw Goblin Sappers used to really just take down units at a battle like that. Force Troll Shadow Priest, Staff of Teleportation coming across. Force Troll Shadow Priest, are we going to get a Carrion Swarm right there? Gonna go at Goblin Zeppelin, Carrion Swarm, a lot of damage getting picked back up. Force Troll Berserker takes down a Peasant as the Goblin Zeppelin is still up in the air. Are they going to be able to cause more problems? Well, minions back down. There goes another Carrion Swarm going on through, trying to clean things up as the skeletal minions were absorbing a bit of that arcane feedback damage. Alright, Force Troll Shadow Priest, Force Troll Berserker, they need to back away. It looks like it will get taken down. No! Goblin Zeppelin picks it up at just the last moment, down to 43 hit points. Guard Tower, however, shoots it down as well, as the Dreadlord will have to use the Scroll of Town Portal to head back out. Alright, Kurt, I saw one of your older videos on YouTube, and then you were playing yourself and did an offensive GG to when you were winning. Really? I think he was sticking around too long, maybe. All right, Mountain King going to go ahead and drop back down here. Goblin Zeppelin pulling back out. Here we go. Mountain King continuing the fight here. A Haunted Gold Mine. Coming back in. Mountain King going to go after the Acolytes. Acolytes are still trying to repair. Are they going to be able to hold on to this? Goblin Shredder doing a lot of damage here as the Goblin Zeppelin purposely staying in the back. Is it going to end up getting taken down? Yes, that is taken down. Scroll of Town Portal to try and save this expansion here as the Skeletal Minions. Dreadlord now trying to back away as we'll see all of this get cleared up. If it's a game against SBK, then it doesn't count because SBK that's more of a show match. All right, if it was the game against SBK. Death Knight now out onto the field. Everyone hates workers in this game, by the way. Mine's constantly assaulted. Yep. Well, especially on a map like Tyrannus Stand. Tyrannus Stand, you have these expansions that go towards the center of the map, and the gold mine is actually pointing towards the center. And that means that they're easily accessible from drops, they're easily accessible from blinks, and well, it opens up to a lot of harassment. Death Knight now absorbing a lot of mana. Oh wow, look at that carry-on swarm right there as the Dreadlord now looking to back away down to 97 mana again. Goblin Shredder continuing the fight. We could look at another carry-on swarm trying to line up that attack to finish them off. Meanwhile, Mountain King returning the favor on this haunted gold mine here. Sock trying to shut things down. Paladin now currently out on the field. Paladin as the second hero. A little bit surprised right there. Goblin, Gargoyle now going after the Zeppelin here as the Mountain King. Does it have a Scroll of Town Portal? Yes, it does. And well, ghouls are getting destroyed as well. Both sides taking tremendous amount of damage. Thank you for the follow as a Scroll of Town Portal now coming back in. All right, Dreadlord, does it have a Scroll of Town Portal to head back out? Death Knight just going to go ahead and run out the old-fashioned way. Mountain King does have a Stormbolt lined up for that Dreadlord if it tries to use a Staff of Teleportation to get out of there. All right, damage still adding up here. Dreadlord sitting at level 1. Is he going to be able to slip on through behind? No, it does not look like it. No easy way to head back out. Dreadlord just still running around this guard tower, getting poked to death. Mountain King may try to get in a Stormbolt here. There's a Stormbolt, Scroll of Town Portal. At least make your opponent burn the mana. Crazy aggression on both sides. Level 5, level 1, level 5, level 1 here on Tyrannus Stand. Infi has not been mining from his expansion. Meanwhile, well, Sock is able to get it back up and running. Sock has a slight advantage here as we're going to be getting in more guard towers again. Arcane Tower, guard tower should be constructed. We don't see masonry upgrade, surprisingly. Masonry upgrade could have saved those towers early on, or at least kept them around a little bit longer as, well, fly machines are taking to the skies, perhaps to try and, well, start bombing and putting pressure onto this expansion here. Mountain King is sitting at level 5. Paladin sitting at level 1. Mountain King going to be stealing experience away from that Paladin just simply by being there. Even though he is offering a lot of damage support, I don't think the Paladin would be able to clear out this creep camp without the help of the Mountain King. The Paladin would have been, well, much further along. Dreadlord now going to be making its way in. Dreadlord, there goes the carry-on swarm, taking down more peasants again. The number of workers lost in this game, astronomical, as a Stormbolt being used only to see another teleportation once again retreat back out. Fly machines do not have the bomb upgrades. Dreadlord is back on the ground here, getting up some skeletal minions from the graveyard. And once again, the graveyard using that, fifth resource for the undead, which are corpses. Fly machine still wandering about once more. It looks like the haunted gold mine will be able to mine here. Mine here again. Ziggurats actually very difficult to place in the back. There's just not enough room. There's these spirit towers, even though they have fortified armor, their downside, is that they have a very large footprint. All right, we're looking at an engagement here. Dreadlord trying to back away, but the Mountain King may try to come in, run in, give a slow clap as the Death Knight gets up to level 2. All right, love tap on the back right there. A massive amount of damage going across multiple units, and you see a carry-on swarm going after, well, multiple flying machines as the Gargoyle was able to, well, the Gargoyle was trying to get away. All right, Mountain King does not have enough mana just quite yet. Death Coil saving that Dreadlord temporarily, but is it going to be enough here as it is still trying to run back away? Death Knight does have Unholy Aura, getting in a little bit more damage. What is that Dreadlord doing? It does have an Ankh of Reincarnation, perhaps going to try to get another carry-on swarm as well. There's a Stormbolt, and there's the Ankh, and a Holy Light to save the Forest Troll, Shadow Priest as well. Sock playing extremely well against Infi in this matchup so far, as we see a carry-on swarm rip on through. If there was a double carry-on swarm from the Dreadlord earlier, I think Dreadlord was just shy on mana to try to get some carry on swarms in that before he was storm bolted, as we're now looking at a Rod of, well, Obsidian Statue and Rod of Necromancy clear of this 5-4-4-3 creep camp. All right, Mountain King gonna come in across right over here. Are we gonna see a Thunderclap? No, Stormbolt onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord may get nuked down into nothing. Death Knight, well, unable to heal for some reason. Death Coil perhaps on cooldown as the Dreadlord trapped right there. Paladin gets up to level 3. Lich now joins in on the fight as well, as Knights are here, and Blood Mage is the third and final hero coming in from, well, Sock. So Blood Mage third, dual workshops with massive flying machines that own the skies. Gargoyle's not going to be able to do very much. Lich does have an Orb of Corruption already, as we are looking at, well, siphon mana into that Mountain King to try and top him off. Expansion already getting ready. One guard tower is up, second one one tower already up, second one trying to get established, as we're looking at, well, the Lich and the Death Knight perhaps trying to get a little bit more experience as the Dreadlord is getting resurrected. All right. Finally, after 15 minutes, the center green creep camps have finally been cleared out. Knights do have Sundering Blades, does not have animal war training as of yet. Front line going to be incredibly important to deal with those abominations, but abominations with Disease Cloud also very, well, problematic as well. Units doing a little bit of a chase here. Are we going to perhaps see a Stormbolt onto an abomination? Gargoyles trying to get a little bit of support here. Carrion Swarm and Flying Machines trying to, well, use those flak cannons to siphon some mana out, or no, not, well, siphon some mana out onto that Death Knight. There goes a Thunderclap, and then a quick Wand of the Wind. Major damage indeed. Frost Nova onto the unit as we see the Lich get taken down. Infi is in serious trouble. A siphon mana coming back around. Are we going to see a Stormbolt go back the other way? No, we are not. But leaving behind 2 Obsidian Statues and an Abomination. This is a tough spot to be in. Stormbolt coming back across here. This low hit point Footman, is it going to get saved? One attack could finish it off, but the Abomination doesn't seem to see it. Gargoyle is right there. Low hit point Footman. Flying Machines, where are they? Well, Flying Machines just getting pecked out of the sky by those gargoyles so far as, come on, Paladin. All right. I was like, come on, Paladin, heal that Footman. Mountain King goes, I have other ideas. All right, we're looking at, well, soon to be 3 base play coming in from Sock as the main base. Main base is going to be done mining in a little bit. We have 50 over 66 supply compared to 50 over 70. Sock finally going into low upkeep. I would have thought that he would have tried to wait a little bit longer. Rune Bracers now sticking around on that Paladin, as the Paladin was most likely the one to take a lot of that damage from the Death Coil and those Frost Novas. Siphon mana away. Level 2 now on the Blood Mage. Wand of Mana Stealing adding in on top of the Blood Mage's Siphon mana, as we see a Carrion Swarm rip on through. All right, here's the downside of creeping away from your Mountain King to try to get more experience. Well, the Mountain King isn't there to support you if you are a creepjacked. In come some gargoyles, but the guard towers are more than enough to push them back, at least for now. Mountain King with so much mana and an Orb of Fire as well, as the pressure could mount up. 55 supply compared to 59. Both sides having large amounts of income, and 21 gold a second versus 14. And I still don't see Infi trying to set up an expansion yet. Infi needs to haunt this gold mine and then get going here. A lot of pressure over here on the bottom left. We are looking at, well, animal war trained knights, as we are still trying to train up double workshops and those flying machines. All right, getting into an engagement here. Gargoyles going after those units. Holy Light saving right there. Flying machines coming in from the side here. Gargoyles just getting flacked down into nothing. Cyclone, Wand of the Wind picking up some units here as the Death Knight gets storm bolted here. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? No, we are not. Flying Machines, are they winning out on this fight? Silent, or sleep onto the Mountain King. Mountain King now trying to back away. Sleep right there coming in from that Dreadlord, as the Meat Wagons joining in on the fights as well. Flying Machines still going after the Gargoyles, and well, Gargoyles, Air Gargoyles has been a major counter move to try and deal with the Mountain King's Thunderclap, but well, the Gargoyles are now being countered by massed Flying Machines as well. Massed flying machines now making their way over here, perhaps to the top right. A necropolis is being added. It will quickly be scouted out. More flying machines in addition to the bomb. The flying machine bombs will be dropping here in a little bit to help deal with this expansion. And as well, Blood Mage sitting at level 2 wants to get to level 3, may not be able to get there. And I'm still surprised we don't see an Arcane Sanctum for any sort of priest play. Normally, priest play is a large part of the human strategy. But also, without the Archmage's Brilliance Aura, priests generally run out of mana a little bit too quickly. Flying machines overhead, well, going to be able to start bombing, doing bombing runs. A little bit of damage coming back. There's the Necropolis now done. Acolyte should be able to start jumping in there here as the Gargoyles and the Frostworms going to go ahead and fight. There goes a Stormbolt onto the Dreadlord. Blood Mage could be in trouble. Staff of Sanctuary saves him right there as a Thunderclap, takes down some, skeletal minions there. More Knights are getting taken down. Flying machines were too far away from the action, and that was a perfect situation right there as the Gargoyles are now able to deal so much damage. Inferno now coming down from the sky as the Dreadlord gets up to level 6. Flying machines going after that one Frostworm, that last Frostworm that is available. Frostworm does get taken down. Level 6 now on the Mountain King as he's going to be going into Avatar Beast mode as well. No, not Avatar Beast mode. Level 3 Stormbolt. Level 3 Stormbolt. Level 3 Thunderclap on that Mountain King. Mountain King should be using a potion of invulnerability here. Is it going to be able to stay alive? Dreadlord gets in a little bit of healing as we see the flying machines are just getting taken down. Paladin needs to try and heal up that Mountain King. Mountain King back up to 700 hit points. Stormbolts could be coming in pretty regularly as well as unit after units are now falling. The bombs are now actually making a little bit of a play here as we see some meat wagons and obsidian statues taken down. All right, more damage coming on through. Carrion Swarm ripping on through right there as the Frostworm finally getting a little bit of protection. The flying machines don't really have that much hit points as they're easily picked out as well. Mountain King, level 6, level 4, level 2, all the even numbers as the units are now trying to make their way back. Main gold mines have been done mining, needs to now perhaps transfer back over as the guard towers are going to get destroyed. Mountain King, are we perhaps going to see a Stormbolt anywhere? Getting in some extra damage. That Frostworm tower Frostworm able to deal so much damage to that guard tower right there, but the flying machine finally showing up. All right, potion of invulnerability on the Dreadlord once more. Carrion Swarm almost taking down 2 flying machines. Abomination showing up to the party. Stormbolt is going to be ready for that. No, yes, wow, last bit of range right there. Siphon mana into the Mountain King. Mountain King able to get the Stormbolt off, but ends up losing the level 2 Blood Mage in that exchange as well. 51 supply compared to 55. Major battles back and forth as the Frostworm about to get taken down here. All right, Abominations coming in from the north. Mountain King low on mana with no help from that Blood Mage at all as the Town Hall could end up getting taken down. Yes, a chaos damage and plus that AoE damage from that Infernal Burn. It is going to be one base to one base as this gold mine is not mining at all. All right, it may come down to how much gold is left in the gold mines at their expansions as the Frostworms here going and just destroying all of these peasants pretty easily. Dreadlord is at 6 but is currently getting resurrected, and well, the Death Knight and the Lich now back out onto the field. All right, little bit of experience gain there. Both sides going to go back into their respective corners and perhaps heal back up. All right. Who's the undead player? Infi. It's right up there on top. First, Gusto, I actually don't pick my games anymore. Before, I used to pick my games, and sometimes I'd get real gems, and sometimes I get real duds. But I never wanted to watch the game prior because then I'm not really live casting. It doesn't really feel like I'm live casting the game. My predictions would be slanted, and I know what's happening. Metaphysics now tries to screen my games for me. Just have that much time to keep track of all of the best games out there, and well, he does that for me. So yeah, we can't read whatever language he is from. All right. Makes sense. All right, coming back down here. Paladin is at 4. Blood Mage will be able to get to level 3, and level 3 is a major power spike. as we see the Blood Mage is going to have access to level 2 Siphon Mana. Level 2 Siphon Mana works out extremely well, being able to remove mana from Obsidian statues and drain it very quickly, giving that Mountain King more opportunities for Stormbolts, since it does become a faster transfer rate. Gyros with huge value. Due to copyright reasons, I will continue to call them flying machines. Don't want to get Blizzard in trouble. Gyros and gyrocopters and what wyverns. All right. Sock sitting on 64 supply compared to 69. Army of Infi actually a little bit larger, but an expansion looks like it will be established over here before, well, Infi is able to do the same over here to the top right. And so far, both sides are just trying to rebuild their armies. Flying machines with those bombs actually making quite a bit of a play here, much more than I thought they would, as we're looking at more scouting out by these flying machines still. 64 supply compared to 69. Not quite sure where Sock is spending all of his gold. It feels like Sock should have more gold for more units, as he's falling further behind. Are there better items on the human army? Does not look like it. Even having a Wand of Illusion, which really won't be doing very much. All right, carry on swarm across the flying machines. Flying machines need go to some airstrip of peasants and have them repaired back up here, as we're going to be, yep, there you go. These 3 flying machines going to go ahead and retreat back home and get repaired. Infi has Tinky Green Spot. Huh? All right, more repairs getting underway. Not quite sure how those peasants are able to repair flying machines that are, 30 feet in the air. Technology in Warcraft 3 does not make a lot of sense, but yep, still working out. All right, Mountain King up in that front line spot, level 4. We're going to see Frostworms try and engage here. Flying machines coming back. There's the Avatar. There is the Inferno throwing it down as well. Carry-on Swarm ripping on through. A second Carry-on Swarm could take down many of those flying machines, as many of them are getting thrown down here. Inferno still wandering around here. Lots of damage. 69 supply compared to 63. Sock losing a lot of those units. Flying machines getting shot up, down, and being blown apart by Frostworms, who only need a one-shot after those after that Carry-on Swarm. More damage coming through. 62 supply compared to 58, and things are not going well for Sock at all. Infi now with a major advantage here. Mountain King perhaps going to be able to line up a Stormbolt onto the Death Knight. Death Knight, if it clapped, things could go bad for it very, very quickly, as the Death Knight not trying to get away. A little bit more Wand of Mana stealing. Mountain King trying to line up, perhaps getting another Stormbolt here, but it seems to be getting body blocked by the Obsidian statues as a save. All right, Gyro Micro in such a huge battle. Trying to micro these flying machines. Trying to micro flying machines when you have a 70 supply army, and then trying to dodge carry-on swarms against Infi. Like, Infi is perhaps already accounting for a little bit of dodging, but still able to get a lot of that damage here. Flying, and if you try and focus fire onto a single Frostworm, that's just going to line things up for more damage from that Carry-on Swarm as well. As you can see, all of those units are lined up right there. Stormbolt, Siphon Mana, that's actually huge. Dreadlord is going to be able to get the Carry-on Swarm. There is the sleep, and then down goes all of those flying machines. That's what happens if you try to focus fire with flying machines at this point in the stage in the game. Multiple control groups. Just saying, if you had better micro, I could have won. That is always true, as the Mountain King trying to fight through his way through. 53 supply compared to 63. Mountain King is going to be able to get a Stormbolt off on any of these units here. Staff of Sanctuary is still trying to save. Mountain King trying to back up here. We could be getting a Stormbolt onto, yes, a Frostworm, and that Frostworm is going to end up getting taken down. All right, more damage coming back across here. Mountain King, is it going to end up being able to take down another Frostworm? Indeed. Flying machines trying to back away. There goes another one as well, and it is turning into the Mountain King game, as the Frostworm is constantly getting stunned. There goes another unit. Frost Nova onto the Paladin, Blood Mage. Blood Mage trying to get away. Mountain King now has awoken and trying to win the battle outright. a 56 supply compared to 53. Are we going to see a thunderclap, and then the spellbreaker attack finishes it off? Banish onto the frostworm as the blood mage tries to retreat. Death is going to be able to do the very much. Holy light saves it at just the last moment as the blood mage is still trying to retreat once more. Blood mage could be in trouble. Paladin is sitting at level 5. Major heals across the board. Flying machine starting to poke away at the frostworm, and Sock may be able to out micro his opponent at the last moment. Death Knight about to fall. Death Knight goes down. Level 4 now on the blood mage, and that is the game. All right, so normally when I hear, okay, that was an amazing game, an amazing, and Sock really out in that last battle was able to do a lot with your units. When you have supplies, like a 70 supply army versus a 70 supply army, also take in account the supply of the units, right? It is much easier to micro an army of a 70 supply army of frostworms versus a 70 supply army of flying machines. The number of units out there is just difficult, and trying to micro flying machines. A lot of people say, well, you just focus. If you just focus fire, like we saw in that last battle, Infi completely capitalized on Sock trying to focus fire a frostworm, and that carry-on swarm ripped through like seven of them, dealing massive damage, including hitting other units on the ground that were just in the way. The carry-on swarm was directed at those flying machines. As the battle started to dwindle down and units started to fall, we then started to see Sock's micro really shine in that game against Infi. And that's normally true. In large games, in large battles, micro doesn't matter as much as positioning and trying to get your units. And then as the army started to get smaller, and Sock and Infi, Sock had like a low 50 supply army, Infi had a low 60 supply army. Sock's micro there really started to shine. Thunderclap, Stormbolt, microwing with Holy Light to save, Siphon Mana, all of those things really came together for Sock to get the victory there. So really well played there by Sock. I wouldn't say that Sock's micro I would say Sock's micro won him that game. As many issues as you have with how the flying machines were being used, or in certain battles, it really was a Sock's micro that won the game. And also Sock's decision making and choosing to focus his attention on one thing versus another at different times. Your attention is also another resource in a real-time strategy game. Are you focusing on the big things that will change the outcome of the battle, or are you too focused on the small things, trying to save individual units? These are all things that factor into such great gameplay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a great game between the two.